It's you, Glenn.
It is. It is showtime.
It's showtime.
Not at the Apollo, but at Father's Forever.
Right, right. And you normally say, "We are
We
live."
are live.
That's what I meant. There you go. Um, I like our digs. We're at our country home,
Yes, yes, yes.
our retreat location.
At an undisclosed location.
Yep, 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 yep. And
I like the decor. I like that.
yeah,
The
it's real
background, the brick.
nice.
Yes,
It's
I
real
like it.
nice.
Yes.
We had to make a quick change, but we'll invite you in, our viewers, into
Virtual living room.
our virtual living room. There you go. There you go. I like that. Um, I'm while you talk, Glenn, I'm gonna share my link with my
Oh, okay.
friends.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Welcome to this first day of fall.
yeah,
So we have survived the summer. Very hot one that I might add, but we survived it.
yes.
And now we're headed into the first day of fall. And so I'm really glad you guys invite you to come to the broadcast for us. Tune in, call your friends, and tell them that we are broadcasting live from the studio, the Fathers Forever in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Mhm.
So we invite you to tag us and join us and send us to your friends. Give them a call, and we're going to have some good discussions tonight. So while my production team is getting things together, we are invited and glad you come join us.
Yeah, we are happy to be here. Today is September the 22nd,
Second.
2022. So we're moving right along. This
Yes.
week is coming to a close, and
Tomorrow is
so
Friday.
yeah, the month is
TGIF. What is
right.
it?
TGIF, yeah, and so is the month of September. It's coming to a
Coming
close
to a
soon.
close.
So, that's okay.
Yes.
We're still here, and we're thankful for being here. And something we did early on, we haven't done in a while. We want to wish all of our August and September birthday recipients happy birthday.
Yes. Yes.
So, happy birthday to all of our viewers who were born in the month of August and September. So, we look forward
Yeah.
to you having many more and sharing many of them with us.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, my daughter was born in August,
okay. All right.
and my son Anthony, my
Hmm.
daughter Celeste, born in August,
Right.
and my son Anthony was born in September.
Well, we'll give a shout out to Miss Celeste and Mr. Anthony.
Yes.
You know, happy birthday to you, belated.
Yes. 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 So
Hmm.
cool.
So I think besides welcoming our viewers on board, please share this link with your friends. If you're on Facebook, share the link, and
YouTube.
if you're definitely on YouTube, schedule, hit the not scheduler, but the favor hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe.
I don't know why I couldn't think of that just now. But anyway, hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell for notifications and you hear about us.
Yes.
Now, I know I've talked to a few of my friends or associates or however they want to be deemed to just say hello to us tonight.
Uh-huh.
And I'm banking on them being here tonight and saying hello. So, you know who you are. I've already talked to you. Please say hello in our chat. Just type the word hello, and we won't disclose all of who you are. We'll just say hello back to you. We'll
Yes.
give a shout out to all of our viewers. But
And we also want you to let us know if you're enjoying the broadcast,
mhm.
which is better in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, or do you like it at night at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, that would be a good question for our viewers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. Please let us know.
What do you think about the change?
Yeah,
And
what is your preference? 2 o'clock on Thursdays or 8 o'clock on Thursdays? And for some of our men folk, we know it's Thursday night football, but unless you have a subscription to
the games,
Prime,
Amazon Prime.
yeah, Amazon Prime or some other NFL, I think they have their own channel. Um, don't you got to pay for that? So
Mhm.
Do you want to do that? You want to spend money or
Come listen to us.
listen to us for free?
Yes.
You know, we're not going to charge you to listen to
No,
us.
I'm not gonna charge
And we won't keep you but 30 minutes,
30 minutes.
at the most. You know,
you. Yes.
we have good information. We have excellent information to share. And I we did this last week, but I really want to give another shout out to our graduates of our program.
Yes.
We had it in 2 locations. We had one at the Hammond Road facility, detention center, and then we had our in-house guys here that graduated from the program. They
Mhm.
did their 12 weeks with us, and sometimes they don't always know it, but they might have gotten it. We might have got in an extra 13 weeks on them,
Yeah.
or whatever. But nonetheless, they graduated. They received their certificates and a nice laminated certificate.
Yeah.
And
hopefully some knowledge that they can
oh
carry
yeah,
on,
absolutely that. Absolutely.
that stay with them the rest of their lives, and
Mhm.
also to be help them be the best father they could be.
Right.
The best dad.
And something we're doing now is lining those guys up that have graduated to come back and talk to us. And some of them may not want to be on camera. That's fine. We can still have their voices
Yes, we will have.
in us inside of our studio. So
Yes.
that's what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
Mhm. So I have a question for our viewers, and I want to know what you think about this. If you are a man, and this is going to be a question for both men and women, but first, we're going to just say, if you are a man, men, when did you discover and or realize that you were a man? That you had actually become a man? And for our women, when did you first realize that you are a woman? Those are some intriguing questions. We're not here to say you were wrong with that or you're right. You know, we're not doing that. You know,
Yeah.
but at some point there's an awakening
Yes.
in our minds, in our bodies, in our process from
Mhm.
day to day, and we'd like to hear from you. So if you can answer that, Miss Gray, hello, how are you? Good to see you. You promised you'd be here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. And we're saying hello back to you.
Hello, Miss Gray.
Hmm.
Glad you could join us.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when did you discover that you are or have become, if you're a man, if you are a woman? When did you discover that? You know, you put the doll babies away for the women. You put the what else?
Water guns away for the men.
Water guns for the men. Something
The
happened.
bicycles. I could tell
Yeah,
you
something happened.
personally, James. For me,
Uh-huh.
I think it was the day that my parents left me in the dormitory of St.
Okay.
Augustine College.
All right. So yours
That-
started.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I had getting my license didn't make me feel like I was a man
Uh-huh.
because a lot of guys in my class had a license at 16.
Right.
So that didn't make me feel like I was a man. I think when I was left alone
Uh-huh.
at that dormitory, I wasn't
Okay.
scared, but it just
Mhm.
dawned on me that then that I was
By
on my
yourself.
own. I was
Yeah.
by myself. I was
Right.
there. It wasn't nobody.
Mhm.
My sister was on the other. She was going to campus. She was on the other side of the.
Mhm.
But to me, that's when it was.
Okay. All right. I'm going to share with you. My moment, but I'm waiting. And so, what we're going to do first, though, I'll give you my answer. I promise I'll share my answer with you, and it'll be good. But we'd like to share a few words from our founder. So hold on.
Who is this guy?
We want you to know who our founder is. So stay tuned. Hold on.
Glenn Warren, founder and executive director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.
So we're back. I'm going to have to interview our founder one of these days.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm going to interview our founder. But nonetheless, I said I'd get my answer. So I realized that I had turned that corner and become a man. I had gotten married for the first time, and and bought a house. And sometimes there's just not enough money at the end of the month, and you can't just call mom and dad anymore,
Right?
Because I think they purposely said you're going to have to figure this out. I might have called them, and I think I even remember trying to go to the bank and get a loan for like $300, and because that's how much I was short. And they said no. I was like, "What? What do you mean? I only want $300? But you don't go to the bank and ask for $300 either." So, but that was I would say I was 22 at the time, and that was it for me. I said, "Wow, I got to get out here and do something different." Then I know I'm working, but when there's still a month left after all the money is gone. You got to figure something out. And that was part of me growing up. Didn't have any kids, but at the same time, I had my own responsibilities. And, so I couldn't tell my mortgage company that I'll catch you next time. Let me slide.
So what did you do? You found the $300?
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what I did. I can't even remember.
Okay.
But I remember the incident itself, and trying to recover that amount of money that I needed. But that was the start of me saying, "Okay, I'm a man now, so I got to do what a man got to do, which is go out and do some other side jobs to make ends meet, if that's the case." It was fun.
It was both excitement and fear to me.
Absolutely,
to some degree.
Absolutely.
I'm on my own. I get to make. I need to get to make choices that I have to ask somebody, can I do this? Can I do that? For the most part,
right. That was fun.
That was fun, but it was the responsibility, I guess, that kind of came along with that. So
I remember my dad used to always tell us, "Close that door. You're letting the air out." Whether it's in the summertime, it's the air conditioners on. And I remember moving into my house, and I said, "Dad, my front door is open." He wasn't nowhere in the picture, but I was like, "Yeah, my whole door is open.
Right.
This is what I'm gonna do."
You realize soon when you close that door.
Yeah, you better close that door. But those were moments that we absolutely had, that I remember having rather, and I was on my way at that point. There was no going back. No going back and say I'm not ready to be grown. I'm not ready to be a man.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because sometimes people think, just because I lost my virginity, I'm a man or I'm a woman, or those type of events make them that way, or I'm 18.
Or maybe sometimes I guess for different people, different things.
Yeah, it's going to be different things.
So mine was the moment that I stepped out of that car.
Right.
On that Sunday afternoon when they were pulling out and I saw the tail lights, I was standing there by myself.
Yeah. What am I going to do next?
Okay,
So anyway, I thought I'd throw that one out there for our viewers. As always, there's plenty times that you can rewatch this, or if you don't have time, it'll be rebroadcast. Still put your comments in there, and we'd like to see what you're saying. Our production team is always checking our stats, checking our content,
Yes.
and viewers how many people showed up, and things of that nature.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I will need your feedback again on
yeah,
the different time dates.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, Glenn, we have a quick topic that we're going to go over, and hopefully, we won't. We're going to hit it, but I
Yeah.
know our time is going to be kind of short too. But we're going to hit it hard, and we're talking about statistics
Statistics
that
yeah.
affect children
Yes.
and
And
teens
yes.
without fathers.
Yeah. And sometimes, like we said in the title, it's sometimes worse than we think.
Right.
With James, this is one of the class that we teach. In fact, this is the first one of the 12.
Mhm.
This is chapter number 1.
Right.
We talk about statistics. For the most part, we ask the guy, what's the difference between a poll and a statistic?
Mhm.
A survey, a poll, and a statistic.
Right.
And make it short, surveys and polls are based on opinion.
Right.
Statistics are based on numbers.
And facts. Yes.
And so we have, go to our website, you'll see these stats on our website as well.
Mhm.
This is a class that we teach our guys. We want to show them the importance of the devastation of their absence and the definitely importance of their
Okay.
being present.
All right.
And
So, why don't I help you out
Okay.
with this? I'm an adolescent right now,
okay,
or even I
you
think.
got gray hair.
Yeah. Well, I age. It runs in the family. I'm a kid. I'm in kindergarten, maybe second grade, something
Uh-huh.
like that, and I'm acting out. My dad is not there. I haven't seen him. And let's clarify what we're talking about. We're talking about dads who are nowhere to be found.
Yeah, we call these runaway dads.
Runaway dads. We're not talking about fathers that might have passed on, fathers that might be in the military, on tour,
Right.
things like that. We're not even talking about part-time fathers who were there once in a while, but
Right.
we're talking about absolutely no dad being present.
Right.
All right. So I'm that adolescent,
Yes.
and I'm at school, and I'm acting out.
Right, and so the other thing is about this, dads could be missed. There's a lot of good dads,
Mhm.
a lot of kids out there that don't have their dad,
Right.
but they have a whole lot of other father figures
Correct.
who step in the place of that role
Mhm.
and make that give them that fatherly
Right.
stuff that they need.
picked up the slack.
And it's one of the things we point out to the guys as well. Just because you grew up without your dad doesn't mean that you're gonna fail in life.
Mhm.
It absolutely doesn't mean that at all.
Right.
None. I mean, look at one of our things, the greatest presidents that we had was Barack Obama. He grew up pretty much without his dad.
He did.
And so there's a whole lot of people you can name,
Mhm.
movie stars that grew up in a house without their dad are still doing well. So we want to dismiss that idea that if you grew up in a house without your dad, that your life is doomed to be
Right.
it's a failure. It's absolutely not. However, there are some things that brings to the table or not there
Mhm.
that can affect the child's life if that father figure is not there. That father's not there,
Mhm.
and he's not really have a lot of other father figures in his life.
Right.
And so, one of the statistics that says 85% of kids who grow up with a behavior disorder come from a fatherless home.
So I'm in school, and I can't sit down. I don't want to sit down. I'm pulling the girl's hair and running around, and now I have been determined to have a behavior problem.
Yeah. And what was behavior disorder? When we was growing up, James, it was called conduct.
Yeah.
If you got a U in conduct,
Mhm.
that was a bad thing because you means unsatisfied.
Right.
You either got an S or you got a U.
Satisfactory.
Unsatisfactory.
Yeah.
And my dad would tear us up if we came home with a U. Even you may have A's, you better not have a U
Right.
because that means you acted up.
Mhm.
So he would still get us if he had good grades and come home with a U.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I taught you how to do is how to behave.
Mhm.
So a behavior disorder is when little Jimmy is having a temper tantrum.
Right.
When
Right.
he's falling out in the grocery store. When he's constantly having to go to school because he's misbehaving.
Okay.
He's cussing and at the teacher, not just the students,
Mhm.
but this guy has got a behavior disorder, and he just falling out. And
Right.
so mom and dad, the best parent, James, is both parents.
Right.
Mom and dad parent differently. Sometimes mom is she's nurturing,
Mhm.
and so little Jimmy, he's playing around the stove. Mama's kind of grabbed him and said, "Stop, Jimmy! Stop, Jimmy!" Sometimes daddy say,
Touch it.
let him touch it. Let him get burnt one
Go
time.
ahead and touch it.
He'll stop it. And so the kids need both of that.
Mhm.
They need both that nurturing, and they also need that stern. Not to say that mom can't do that either,
Right.
because there's a whole lot of moms out there. They are tougher than dad sometimes.
Yes.
Now my mom, she got us more than my dad.
Mhm.
But all my mama had to tell us was, "I'm gonna tell your daddy on you,"
Yeah.
and we straighten
Same-
up because
same
we
with-
know I didn't want my dad to get me.
Same with my house. Where my parents were that way. My mom was that way. Let me tell your dad. Oh no.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
no.
Well, I straighten up, mom. You don't have to tell them that.
Absolutely that. Yes.
Yeah. So behavior problems are kids who are at an early at a 6, 7, 8, 9 years old
Right.
already have been diagnosed in the school as a behavior disorder.
All right. So with that, saying that now, I'm growing up.
I'm growing up.
I'm 16 years old right now.
Yes.
I still have my behavior
So
problem.
you have your behavior problem.
And I'm also contemplating what?
By this time, you are, because now you don't want the elementary school,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want the middle school.
Right.
Now the behavior is getting even worse.
Right.
So by the time you get to high school, this behavior is so bad because now you haven't been learning
Mm-hmm.
because you've been getting kicked out of school.
Right.
You've been getting expended. And so now you at the high school, you're 16 years old, and you have a choice to make.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because now you're old enough. So 71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes.
71%.
71%.
Wow.
So how do you get that number?
Let's ask.
How do you get that number?
Yeah.
Well, they tallied the number up. So in my high school, let's say we had 200 people who graduated from South Johnson High School in 1976.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they look at that 200 students. Well, okay, now out of the 200 students, we have 50 who drop out.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to get that 50 who dropped out
So.
and pull up their records
Mm-hmm.
and find out how many of those 50 came from a fatherless home.
All right. So that's where that number comes
That's-
from. The data that has already been collected
Collected
year after year,
year after year.
and it's constant.
It's
so
constant.
that means it's a fact.
That's a fact.
Okay.
When mom go enroll you into school,
Mhm.
they're gonna ask a bunch of questions.
Yep.
Number one, who's in the household?
Right.
Is she gonna lie if she say the dad is in there? If he's not there,
No, she's
No,
not
he's
gonna
not.
do that.
if he's there, is he? She gonna say he's not there?
Mhm.
No, she's gonna be truthful.
Right.
So those numbers are pretty accurate.
And being so, if I've been a problem child, then there's always going to be parent student. What do you call it? It's a conference. You got to go
Yes,
in and speak
yes.
to the teacher.
But-
Well, if the father has never shown up, then that also solidifies that answer that okay, there's no dad.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah. So those 50 people that they pulled up, they dropped out of my high school.
Mm-hmm.
They pull up and say, okay, 81% of those 50 students grew up in a household without their dad.
I mean, 71.
71%.
Yeah.
Grew up in a household without their dad.
Right.
So now he dropped. So he's got a behavior problem in elementary school
So
and middle school.
Mhm.
Now he's in high school.
Right. And I want to drop out.
I want to drop out.
So I can't.
I can because I'm 16.
All right. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and drop out.
Yes.
Okay. And now I want to just come home and sit,
Hang
do
out.
nothing.
Right.
Maybe I might go somewhere. I don't know. But now I'm not doing anything. I'm just at
Yes,
home.
Yes.
Maybe. you
Yes.
know.
So what are you doing at home? You're standing on the corner. You're getting high, and it brings us to another statistics. 70% of youth in state-owned institution. No, let's do the other one.
Yeah.
75 of adolescent patients on chemical abuse centers come from. These are now students or adolescents
Mhm.
who now have a chemical have a substance abuse problem.
So I have plenty of time now
I got
on
plenty
my
of time.
hand. I can go and
Hang out with the boys,
some people who probably
get
not
high,
in school either.
doing the same thing that I'm doing.
Right. And that's exactly
So
what
now,
we're doing.
now I got a behaviorist problem in middle school
Mhm.
and elementary school.
Right.
In high school, I dropped out.
Right.
And now I'm hanging out with the boys, and all I'm doing is getting high.
I'm just getting high.
I'm just getting high.
Right.
And I'm, and so now I'm doing weed, I'm doing meth, I'm doing all of that stuff, and all of this. One of the common denominators is a fatherless home.
Mm-hmm. Still, yeah, we're still talking about the
fatherless
same,
home. Yeah, that pattern.
Fatherless homes, right?
And so now they're saying, studies now are saying they're building prisons now. Kids coming out of third and fourth grade.
So based on my behavior,
yes, they look at the diagnosis of how many kids got the behavior disorder in the third and fourth grade,
right?
Because they know if they stay on that trajectory, if they stay on that pattern, where they're going to end up. Right, so which brings us to the next statistic.
Let's go there.
70% of youth in state-operated institution, which means
so now
detention center or prison.
So now I'm in a detention center.
Now I'm in a detention center.
Yeah,
I'm in a holding cell. I'm headed to prison.
Yeah. Because right now I'm a little young, can't really go to the big boy prison.
Yes.
But I'm being held regardless.
Yes, because I done committed a crime.
Yes.
So now I got plenty of time on my hand. I got a substance problem, which I'm going to steal and break it in and now to supply my habits.
Right.
So now I'm headed to prison.
All right. So let's go to my next progression, basically. You know, what can I expect next?
Which one is that? So
85%.
Now, 85% now. 85% now are those guys that's going from the detention center to the big house. They're going to prison.
Because I still don't have a GED. I still don't have, I still probably have my behavior problem.
Yes. Because I'm still breaking. Now I'm doing it on a bigger scale. I'm not just acting out in high school or in the classroom. I'm acting out in public. I'm stealing from people. I'm breaking and entering.
Absolutely.
I'm doing all kind of crazy stuff now because my behavior disorder is not in check.
Right.
And a lot of times that came from.
And I'm addicted to substance abuse. Substance use. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so I can continue on. I'm in prison. I get out. And now I'm probably angry because I had to go to prison.
Yes.
I'm angry because I can't find a job. I'm angry because I probably can't read.
Yes. And there's other
any number of those things.
Yeah. So it's another we talk about 80% of rapists come from fatherless homes.
So that could be me too.
That could be you. Or the other the other thing is 90% of kids who went from a house come from fatherless home, which is another whole statistics.
Right. I could have run away because of
a lot of things going on in the home.
In the home or just lots of different things.
So there's a lot of things that fathers bring to the table that can prevent their kids from doing that stuff, getting in those troubles.
Right.
Or there's a lot of things that if you're not there, you can really kind of and James, when we do this class here, we get a lot of pushback from the guys,
right,
because they don't want to believe these statistics. They say it's wrong. It's like because it really is a hard to pill to swallow to feel like to know that you had some impact on your absence or your presence, especially your absence, had an impact on your kid's life.
Right. That other statistic that was on the screen just now, I hate that that's a statistic, but it's 63% of teens who commit suicide are from fatherless homes.
Yes.
63%. That's
over 50%. And these James, these statistics are 14 or 15 years old when they did this study.
Right.
They're probably longer. So now they may even be higher than they were before.
Sure.
So this is one of the classes that we talk to the fathers about, making sure that they are being there for their kids.
Right.
That again, if the kids are not there for your father's not there for whatever reason, find some alternative. Find some fatherhood figures, his uncles, grandfathers,
right,
dad. I mean,
older
siblings.
Yeah.
And help get this child.
Yeah,
help bridge the gap.
Yes.
To make sure. But to the fathers who are chosen to be not in their kids' life, shame on you.
Yeah.
And that you need to figure out a way to get back involved with your kids'
Right,
lives.
because these stats don't lie,
Yes.
and these are some awakening numbers, not only for us,
Yes.
but also for our men that we talk to.
Yes.
How
Yes.
important it is for them to be present in
Yes,
their
yes, yes.
in their children's life.
Yes. And the kids are, they need their dad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of again, we don't want to make this bad. If you grew up in a household without your dad, you could be a terrible kid.
Right.
It's not it at all. A lot of
And we're not trying to bash anyone. We're just trying to tell you the importance of being there for your children.
Yes.
And we're not talking about moms on purpose.
No. But
Yeah.
this one is this is usually a class for dads.
Right.
This class is specifically that's why we do this. We want them to feel the weight of this when we're talking about this. And these sometimes, James, this is a class that guys say, "Man, I don't want my kid. I don't want to be a statistic," and they just
yeah, absolutely. I've been notified by my production team that Ms. Gray has won our prize for tonight.
Oh, really?
She can call the office.
What did she
and
win?
I can give her that number. And we will make sure you get your gift. That's nice. I'm glad she was able to call. That's our phone number there. Just call that number and talk to our Fathers Forever production team member, and they will definitely share with you the prize that you have won.
Wow!
Thank
cool.
you for joining us today.
Yeah, you could be a winner too.
Yes, absolutely. But that's our show for this week.
Yes, statistics.
And I'm going to do my best to make sure we have some guests for next week. I'm gonna put that show on my back.
Okay.
And I will have our guest speakers to give us some of their take on completing our program. So I'm gonna reach out to some of our graduates, get them here, and we'll have some fun times with them too. And if you have a question for any of our graduates, you can definitely call us and say, I want to ask this question to one of the graduates. Feel free to be able to do that too. But outside of that, we thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
And Glenn, any final words?
Nope. Just be safe this weekend. Enjoy your family. This first weekend of fall. I think we got some bad weather coming this week.
Yeah, they said it's going to get colder.
It get colder, so
real cold.
Yeah, we're 4 degrees in the morning time. So
in the mornings,
there's changes in the season.
That's going to be a rude awakening.
Yes.
But anyway, everybody stay safe.
Yes.
And we look forward to being here with you. Let us know if these times work for you. 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Which one works best for you?
One in the daytime, one at night.
Yes. All right. Well, take care, everyone. We'll see you. Desmond Ellis, we want to say hi and giving you a shout out as well.
Yes, sir. Desmond is one of our students.
Oh, okay.
One of our, he graduated with our program years ago.
Okay. Glad he could join us. And
Bishop
Bishop
Desmond.
He's a bishop now.
Yes, sir.
So we should,
congratulations.
We'd like to get as many folks as we can when we do our next show. So we'll reach out, and we always want your participation. We want your support. And we'll talk to you about Dads at a Distance next week.
Yes, we need to bring that back up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Take care, everybody.
All right. Have a good weekend, guys.